Good morning, everyone. Happy Halloween. I hope this filter is not too distracting, but I wanted to give you all a parole in place update. It is Halloween, October 31st, and yesterday, October 30th, there were 2 additional filings in the case. Now, these 2 documents were replies to the responses to each side's respective motions for summary judgment. In other words, Texas filed a motion for summary judgment, then DHS responded, and now Texas filed its reply, and likewise DHS did the same. In other words, these are more supporting arguments to their motions for summary judgment. So let's talk about the primary points of contention. And excuse me, because I have notes that I always refer to because I'm doing these on the fly. DHS's position, the government's position, basically DHS is defending, right, the Keeping Family Together program, arguing that it is a lawful exercise of its parole or discretionary parole authority. DHS claims the program provides temporary relief to non-citizens and the program fulfills a significant public benefit and urgent humanitarian needs. Texas's position, as always, is that the program unlawfully expands DHS's parole authority beyond what Congress intended it to have, right? And it also argues that procedural violations occurred in terms of like how DHS implemented the program. There's also a standing argument that we've heard before from Texas, right? However, DHS in its reply seems to really present a great response to the standing argument, and it relies on a 2023 Supreme Court case, United States v. Texas, where Texas and Louisiana were challenging prosecutorial discretion. And essentially, the United States v. Texas case ruled that the alleged harm suffered by Texas was not sufficient to establish standing to challenge the program. And so DHS in the parole in place litigation relied on that. Now, Texas is relying on other DACA and DAPA cases to support its argument that it does have standing. I think, I'd like to say DHS has a pretty good argument here that Texas does not have standing. They also DHS defends its process in terms of the rulemaking process and how Keeping Families Together came to be, and argues that the notice and comment period, basically they're insulated from that requirement, okay? I do think that Texas's push for nationwide relief in the form of a nationwide injunction might be viewed as overreaching by the court, by Judge Barker, unless it can show how other states' implementation of Keeping Families Together directly affects Texas. So this is where those amicus briefs filed by all those states in support of the federal government really come into play here. And essentially these states are saying, hey, not only does Keeping Families Together not harm us, it actually helps us. People are paying taxes, they're working lawfully, they're contributing. And so maybe there is a slight possibility that Judge Barker limits the injunction to Texas only, so that there is a glimmer of hope there. I think both sides present strong arguments. I think Texas's strongest argument is whether DHS is acting within the parole authority granted by Congress. In other words, I don't think standing is the strongest argument. I think it's the congressional authority. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the replies. I think that DHS's position is stronger than maybe we had thought. In other words, I have more hope going into next week after reading these replies. So happy Halloween, everyone. I hope this news isn't too spooky.